To LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
Manipulation.
LTTV, whoever his channel name is called. I'm sorry for being the dusty. How about that?
If y'all want to keep up with the news and this shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Survey said
Manipulation. Okay, get to your point.
Yeah, so when you don't have education, credentialing, licensure, anything like that, and you're in the coaching or counseling realm, the only thing that you can really rely on is your life.
If we get back to the original point, how are you going to give advice on something that you are not experienced in? Is it going to be adequate advice for those people? Usually not.
Yeah, with that being said, bro, just get a whole nother chick. She got 2 kids. You don't even have your kid full time. You can get a whole nother girl. You can get a whole nother girl with 0 kids. You said, well, you wouldn't be the best option because you haven't reached marriage. You're not married, so why can you coach someone?
You just said that I said you couldn't teach. So now it's that you're not the best option. Which one did I say?
You can get a girl with less baggage, bro. You're 24.
Meaning your own actions. People have to judge your life and determine whether your advice is sound or not. So since your life doesn't match your words, how do you feel that you have the credentials to provide sound relationship advice to anyone?
Therefore, well, you wouldn't be the best option.
Cool.
That sums up the logical
There we go.
entailment of your position is you wouldn't be the best option. No, come on, man. You sound crazy, bro. Listen.
But look how
I'm gonna mute you so I can get this out. Please listen. Got it. So
when you're kind of like 50%. Like you had a relationship and had a child and failed at that one, and now you're currently in one. So that doesn't really qualify you to give advice, especially because we don't know how your relationship is going to turn out. Like this one might actually fail too.
Ain't no man say, bro, how can I get this chick to marry me?
So I'm curious as to how you believe that you have the knowledge base to do what you are trying to do.
Okay, so as a man who is not married, do you believe that it is the best option for men to take advice from somebody who isn't married, knowing that marriage should be the end goal?
So you just proved yourself here that you have low IQ, and all the critique that you're doing on the red pill community and other creators like myself. I'm not a cat, but I study cats. expert on it. Did my research on them. Can I teach people on cats? Teach people about cats? Yes or no? Do you understand? Yes or no?
I never said that you couldn't coach. I said, would it be the best option? You're attacking somebody that's not standing here right now.
So once again, would I be the best option?
I'm asking you.
I've already answered your question.
You have not once. I guarantee you have not one time.
I said that your question is
Cooley,
moot
let's do what you do.
because it doesn't even matter if I would be the best option or not, because these men and women, you're still assuming these men and women aren't looking for marriage.
No sense. I'm not no sense.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, now this gets embarrassing, chat. There is so many callers that call in and cook them. It was hard to make a compilation that was concise enough for that intro. That intro was long as shit. Now, we actually have more. We have more because I forgot in the initial edit to put the other callers in. And it gets ridiculous, bruh. It's like, it's so bad where O'Shea was hitting him with super chats saying, stop the call-in shows. He's like, stop the call-in shows. This is ridiculous. Like, you're going outside. There was like a mercy rule on this motherfucker. It was that bad. But hold up, chat. Let me get into this real quick because, holy, man. This is bad, man. This is bad.
Give me the whole thing, and then I'll let you state your point in your question.
Stick together.
Pause. Yeah, so I would say that you're dating a woman who's recreational use only. So so a question. So let's say that you were single again, like you broke up with her or she broke up with you, either one, like doesn't matter. Would you date another woman who had kids by another man if you were single again?
Currently, right now, in my life, if I was single again as a 35-year-old man, would I date a woman that has kids currently?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
You don't find that suspicious?
I'm just letting you know I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't see that would be a thing. Yeah, I would say no.
But you're not telling me why.
All these unnecessary subscribe buttons. I hope y'all subscribed. Now, this was after getting cooked by several callers. We're going to get into all of it because I cut it up enough for us to get into all the callers that cook them, because this is a marathon of Cooley getting cooked by his own talking points.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Now, this is bad, man. It gets like progressively worse because he kept cutting callers off. He was gaslighting callers to the point where he tried to react to a conversation with the caller to reframe the conversation. It was pathetic, chat. Let's get it.
I'm reading a regular chat too. Y'all funny. It be mad haters in here. Y'all just come from these beta male podcasts. Okay, we got time.
Survey said,
Nigga, please.
In here. I'm gonna bring you up in a second. Wait for me, brother. I'm gonna bring you up in a second.
He's always stalling for time.
Yo, people in a regular chat, y'all funny, man. Send in a super chat. I'll go ahead and read your chat. And some of these people chat, they just haters. We can see it, but it's not even being read. You send in $1, $2, and you just say misinformation. Like you literally say lies. And then the link is there. This is what I want to tell you. The difference is about what I do. I do live debates every Wednesday. So everything that I say can be challenged by people. Or we could just have a debate off of our worldview. And
all due respect, shut the hell up. I want to hear that.
Now, I do a live stream. Oh, I didn't have the sound on in the back. All right, yeah, man. Every live stream I do, my call-in link is open. When they always have this excuse, oh, you don't want to debate. Nah, nigga, on your platform, you mute people, you cut people off, you don't give them the chance to talk. The second you're getting cooked, you run folks off. And we have an example of that in this episode, because he knows what the man's saying and he acts like if he doesn't hear the audio. He makes excuses and he runs the caller off because he's scared of getting cooked. This is filthy work out here. Filthy work.
Oh, somebody. Oh.
And you'll see that people join a stream. He wasn't active listening. He thought he made a point, didn't make a point. Ked was horrible.
The funniest thing is the projection, because he never active listens, and he's like, oh, he wasn't active listening. My nigga, you don't hear anything.
He was fully just gaslighting and just talking.
Gaslighting? Come on, man. Come on, man. You making this too easy, bruh.
Oh.
A whole bunch of like just a whole bunch of nothing.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to, what is it, Baby or Bebe 02? I can't say your name. I'm struggling. My bad. Shout out to you. You said, LOL, this guy is a pathological liar. That is facts. He's also a victim.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Now we got a fraud in the back who is wasting my time. He is basically turning off the camera, turning off the mic, acting like he's calling in. We got a complete fraud in the back. Who is this?
Boy.
Now he's showing his leg, like trying to porn bob. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Who are these fishes, man? Get them the fuck out of here. Get them the fuck out of here. Are you gonna cam up, nigga?
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
Just like to waste time, man. That's what they try to do. They try to derail the show, derail the flow of the show, kill the retention. But man, we know what y'all doing.
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
Get them the fuck out of here. Let's get back into this.
And then before that, it really wasn't any debates before that. And just the last dude too. Yeah, he was a horrible debater. But I do these shows because we keep it no fugazi here, man. Everything that I say, I'm willing.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, someone pointed this shit out and I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, God damn. They're like, yo, he's 6'4", but why is his hand so small? And I was just like, Jesus Christ. I don't know this shit like that. The women in the chat call that shit out and I'm like, damn, man.
And I have people come on up to, test or battle me between different ideologies and perspectives and worldviews. We got people that comment that never come up. Like, kudos to the people that actually do come up. Kudos to you because you were actually brave and you came up and you tried, you gave it your best. That's great. But the people that are scared to come up, but you still sending bread, you're a coward. Bro, just join the stream. Like, you just click the link. Instead of sending in money, if you have a point or a disagreement, you can click the link. So all the people that's been sending bread, that's talking junk, please click the link. But guess what, chat?
And that also goes for Cooley. He goes back to his platform crying about haters. My nigga, if you want to debate on a platform that will allow you to speak, because most platforms allow people to speak, he don't. So he gonna be crying and crying and crying. It's like, my nigga.
They're not gonna click the link because they're cowards and they're scared.
Yep, that goes for you as well, sir. You can click the link. It's readily available.
Crying to me and I'm not having that.
He had niggas waiting in the back of his link for several hours and he thinks that people have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They're new to no fugazi. We make ad hominem attacks here on debate night. My formal debates, no. Like, I've done debates where I debated some of the people that Charlie Kirk debated.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
Now, during these debates on live, he will cry about the ad hominem attacks when they're flung his way. But when he does it, oh yeah, we do this on our debate nights. Not in our formal debates. It's like, my nigga, you're just gaslighting and being unaccountable. What are we doing out here?
Debated off of the Jubilee channel. Nah, it wasn't no ad hominems. It was, regular logical conversations. We do that all the time. But for debate night, when we got random people coming up, no, bro, if you saying something crazy, I'm going to crack on you. I'm going to smoke you. I got all the jokes. All the jokes. Okay. Welcome to the No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
Iron, Cali.
Tyron, you were here before.
Yep.
I think I remember you. I don't know what we debated, though. Not debate too many people. Okay. So you know the program then.
Yep.
State your position, Well, state the point that you want to debate on, but then state your position.
Yeah, so I do have a claim and a question. That's fine, right?
A claim and a question.
I can do one at a time, but I don't know which one you want me to do first.
Let's get to what you want to debate about.
Okay, so I would say that...
let's do this. I'll give you this. Let's get to what you want to debate about. Give me the whole thing, and then I'll let you state your point in your question.
Yes.
Stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
So I would say that you're dating a woman who's recreational use only.
Okay. Me the whole thing, and then I'll let you state your point in your question.
Yeah, so I would say that you're dating a woman who's recreational use only.
Okay, cool. So that's what you think. Got it.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Now, what we are seeing here is Cooley being a victim of his own rhetoric, because what Cooley says is that women that are single mothers are recreational use only. So now he chose to cuff a single mother of 2 at the age of 25. And what we do notice here is that we have some timeline issues. He said that he's been with this woman for 8 years. All right, I've been paying attention. He said he was with her for 8 years. He didn't move in with her for the first 4 years of the relationship, and he met her at 25. He is currently 35. So you met her at 25. You're currently 35. Something's not adding up. Of course, it's Cooley. He keeps lying, man.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
So you've been with her for 10 years. You didn't want to tell people or announce that you've been with her for a decade because y'all are unmarried. And he's talking about marriage is not the end goal. And how are you advising folks? What are you doing? Just wasting time out here? That is not the goal for y'all, folks. Y'all are just wasting time. Mr. High Value earning 100,000. What is your excuse, my nigga?
Got it. So now state your, state your what that is your position.
Yeah.
So then, okay, I'll answer. Give your question first.
So a question. So let's say that you were single again. Like, you broke up with her or she broke up with you. Either one. Like, doesn't matter. Would you date another woman who had kids by another man if you were single again?
Currently, right now, in my life, if I was single again as a 35-year-old man, would I date a woman that has kids currently?
Yeah.
No.
How did this happen? Who was the idiot that did this?
Why not?
I'm just letting you know I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't see that would be a thing. Yeah, I would say no.
But you're not telling me why.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why. I mean, there's no reason why. I wouldn't.
He did that shit. He guilty as fuck.
But you're not telling me why.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why. I mean,
that's the reason why? My nigga, there's no answer. Are you hearing yourself, my nigga? What are we doing?
Yeah, I would say no.
But you're not telling me why.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why. Manipulation.
Again!
I mean, there's no reason why. I wouldn't.
You just wouldn't.
I just wouldn't. Now, is there it's a hypothetical, right? So I'll answer your hypothetical fully. So to explain it more, if I was single at this time and I was out dating, would I date a woman that has kids? I have kids, right? So it's like, all right, if that woman can get on, if somewhere magically this woman is the exception, I find another exception.
Get him out of here! He's got no place in here! Get rid of him! Okay?
Hey, yo, Angry Man needs to come get his long-lost son because this is some filthy work. What are we doing out here? What the hell was that, bruh? Come on, man.
Learn the rules!
And she can get on program, right? And she outcompetes all the other women that don't have any kids. What age range we talking about? How old she got to be?
Any age that you want, but she just
Oh,
has kids.
any age.
Yep, but she has kids.
It's a possibility, but most likely not. Let's just go with the simple answer: no.
So you wouldn't do it again, but so you're saying do you regret doing it now?
I'm gonna ask you.
Survey said,
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
My nigga, what did he?
A little bit.
My bad. What the fuck did he ask you, and what was your response? What was the delay on that response? What the fuck was that? Hey, yo, what is this girl's name? Sarah right now? Yo, Sarah's watching this like.
So you wouldn't do it again, but so you're saying do you regret doing it now?
I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Bro, he's dodging the questions. He's dodging the questions. He's talking about, oh, you're not giving me direct answers. You are continuously dodging the questions. And this is like the 5th caller. We're going to get back to the first 4 where he continuously dodges questions. But what the fuck was that, bruh? What the fuck was that?
You're a victim.
I answered my question, though.
Yeah, but your question, the answer to your question is no. But let me ask you a question, right? Okay. So
that took hella long to muster up the courage to say that.
You're asking these questions because, once again, your presupposition is that your woman is recreational use only.
Yep.
Got it. Now let me ask you, what is recreational use only to you?
A woman who already has kids by different men.
Got
that's
it.
One of them. There's multiple, but that's one of them.
Let's give some other ones. Give some
like
other
body
ones.
count, like a woman who has slept with a lot of men, strippers, corn stars.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, just the obvious stuff. But, you know, there's going to be other ones that is subjective to other people, right? Like mine would be you can't be fat, but some men are okay with bigger women.
If they had options, most of them wouldn't. Okay, fair enough. So that's your definition of recreational use only. Then my question for you is, you're trying to make a point that, okay, your woman is recreational use only because she has kids.
Also, because you said that. Because you said single mothers are recreational use only. You're just a victim of your own rhetoric. That's all folks are. When you look through the various calls that we are going to look through today, what you notice, what you will notice is there's a commonality with all the callers, and all of them are just pulling his card, speaking about his qualifications, his life not matching the rhetoric that he espouses, his lack of qualifications to even espouse this rhetoric as if he's the arbiter of truth, as if he is the relationship guru with all these qualifications while presenting none. It's just simple questions, bro. If we're gonna get advice from you, we're gonna pay money for your dusty courses. We want to inspect and know what the fuck going on out here. But really and truly, it's just the same old fraud.
You're done.
You do know I have I have kids now, but I had a kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
What you said out of your own mouth, you can't steal what I said. You can't steal what I said when it comes to folks that have kids already, especially folks that have full custody of their kids, getting with a woman that has kids already. That's doing the whole Brady Bunch thing. It's a more cohesive, easier family unit opposed to trying to bring your kid where you have full custody on a woman that has no kids and she doesn't really want to parent your kid either. So it's like, that was what I said on my platform. This guy heard that shit, tried to spin it off and be like, yeah, this is what regular people do. Meanwhile, you didn't realize on your platform, you said several months ago that, yeah, even if you have kids, don't deal with single mothers. And then you told a man who had a single mother of 2 on your channel who was age 24 to leave his single mother because she wasn't on the same page as him. Like, bro, come on, man.
Okay, cool. You do know the reason why we call certain women recreational use only that has kids? What's some of the reasons of why we call women recreational use only that has kids?
Why have somebody who's like, you do, or just people in general?
It's the general. What's some of the reasons why we call women that have kids recreational use only?
I'll listen to that. I've definitely heard other people say, and from my point of view as well, because she
Okay,
already has.
sure.
I don't want to take care of kids that are not mine. Because sooner or later you will have to, and it shows their poor decision making with dating men. That could be some of it. But most of the time, you just want to build your own family. That's what I hear the most. You want to build your own family, take care of your own kids, not someone else's.
Yeah, you don't.
It's funny because Cooley also said the exact same thing.
I've seen him do it.
No, so yeah, you don't know then the definition of recreational use only.
I didn't give a definition of recreational. I give
Well,
some examples.
you're giving why, and that isn't the why. Your why is incorrect. I'll give you the answer of why men say, because have you ever used the word recreational use
You can't
only?
say that I'm wrong about that because it's subjective.
I'm gonna let you know. Have you ever used the word recreational use only?
Yes, I just did.
I mean, like, have you used it prior to watching some red pill content and stuff like that? You have.
Yeah, of course. There's some women that you shouldn't date. Like, should you date a porn star?
No. I said, have you ever used the word recreational use only prior to watching red pill?
Yes. Who hasn't?
You're a liar because recreational use only, that term came out from red pill.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
Yo, these niggas was birthed on the internet. They were literally birthed from the internet. What the fuck you talking about? That was red pill. Did you ever go outside? Did you Who are these dweebs? Recreational use only is from the red pill?
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
Recreational use will always be subjective. What you consider recreational use. Racist folks that like to interracial fuck, a lot of those women will be fetishized. They will be recreational use.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
From their disposition, from their perspective. I don't even understand these niggas, man.
No content.
You got me. You got me there. You got me.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because when we say women are recreational use only, one of the parts that you said was correct, like strippers, girls that do OnlyFans, and
these dweebs never left their house. They learned the red pill from the Rollo Tomasi book, and they all just huddled around and just repeated the same bullshit. These niggas never lived. Like I don't even understand these red pill niggas. It makes no sense to me.
porn and all of that other type of stuff. You have to peel back the layer to why. So a woman, normally women, if they are a single mother, they've had, if we're looking at it from a general standpoint, the assumption of what men would assume is that, well, one, she probably had a one-night stand and got with a guy where they just knocked her up and they just left her. That's like that one assumption that naturally comes in a man's mind.
What? Yo, if you don't get this, this is the problem with the internet. You have idiots like this that get podcast equipment and then they start espousing this type of ridiculousness. Like, where do you even begin to counter such idiocy? Yo, can we get these likes up? These likes are dusty. Holy shit, I just realized these. What the fuck is that? Nobody liked the. Y'all watching? There's something to watch here. Come on, man, get these likes up, chat.
Oh, you're a single mom, or you got with some dude. Oh, you let him hit it raw and he done left you. Dang, you made all the wrong decisions. That's an assumption. So
that would be an idiotic assumption, meeting a woman as a single mom, not having any insight to the person that she is. That would be an absolute. This is why this guy calls everybody low IQ. This is why he phrases it like that, like such an idiot. Oh, you're low IQ, like that makes sense.
When you assume that, you're assuming that the woman is promiscuous, meaning that she's having sex but not really putting too much stake in the man that she chooses to have sex with, meaning that she's a promiscuous woman. When you peel back the layer to all of these things of recreational use only, it goes back to promiscuity.
Sure.
That's the reason, right? So
this is the problem with these. This is what happens with these unqualified dumbass niggas that have platforms in the red pill. Like, you're not the arbiter of truth, my nigga. You do not this is not a static equation. This is not mathematics. This is relationships where it involves human beings that make their own decisions, that they're their own sentient being, that They make their own goddamn decisions. You don't get to say. You don't get to choose what is recreational based off of what it like. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that, especially to say it's promiscuity, because when it comes to kids, when it comes to people saying that they don't want to deal with single mother with kids, what you commonly hear is, I don't want to raise somebody else's kids. I want to create my own family with somebody that a clean slate family. They don't want to take care of somebody else's responsibility. Other people don't mind it, but that is the reason. They're not looking at the single mother like she's promiscuous. That's not the thought. There's a whole living kid that needs to be taken care of. Some people don't want that responsibility. Even if you're dating somebody recreationally, as in like you're not taking it serious, you're just dating, and if it gets serious, it gets serious. That type of dating, you just don't want the responsibility. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with the promiscuity of the woman. That is an asinine excuse to try to weasel his way out of being with a single mother while shitting on single mothers. It makes no sense. This guy's just caught up in his own lies where he's just, this is just getting delusional at this point. Shout out to, I'm struggling to say your name, but shout out to you. Let's just call you Bebe. Shout out to you. You said drink alcohol or smoke weed recreationally. Yeah.
A scripper, right? Well, she's if you peel back the layer, she's sexualizing, dancing on a pole. She's promiscuous. Corn star, promiscuous. A single mom, promiscuous.
Where's the logic in that? This guy said stripper, promiscuous. Porn star, promiscuous. Single mom.
What the hell was that?
You peel back the layer, she's sexualizing, dancing on a pole. She's promiscuous. Corn star, promiscuous. A single mom, promiscuous. That's when we peel back the layer.
No, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
We look at it. Why are you shaking your head?
Because even if a stripper was not, even if every man in the world knew a stripper wasn't promiscuous, they would still say she's recreational use only.
You proving my point. You are correct. No, stop it. You're proving.
Okay.
He is not proving your point. It's going directly against your point. This directly opposes your point. Your point was that recreational use is directly derived off of a woman's promiscuity. That is your point. His point goes directly. What are we doing out here?
Stay off the weed.
You're proving my point, but you're missing the point that I'm saying. So I'll say it clear for you so you understand what I'm saying. All of the term of recreational use only, it comes from the assumption of that the woman was promiscuous, right? You can, well, yeah, that's what you just.
No. There's an objective, subjective layer here. Objectively, when somebody says recreational use, they're just saying that they're not trying to take that person serious if they're just using that person recreationally as if they're an object or something, which is kind of weird. But nonetheless, that is what they're saying. Now, the subjective layer to it is why they would only use that person recreationally. There's a lot of folks that fetishize a certain race of people and they only have sex with them, but they're not trying to keep them. That would be recreational. That has nothing to do with the promiscuity. If a person doesn't want to have a long-term relationship with a single mother because they don't want the responsibility of raising somebody else's children, that would be a reason for recreational use, not the promiscuity. If somebody doesn't want to be with a porn star because she's fucking 12 niggas a day, and you just want to fuck her too, then that would be a reason for, you know what I mean? That would be the reason and be like, you know what, it's promiscuity. But come on, man, there's multiple reasons. There's a objective, subjective element. I hope this dumbass nigga can keep up when he watches this.
That's what it means. I'm letting you know that's what it means.
Words evolve, so like, you can say,
bro.
Go ahead. Bro.
Why else would a woman be recreational use only if she's not promiscuous?
Because she can have singles. She can have kids by another man. She can have kids by. That's why. It could be simple as that.
But the assumption, the assumption of the entailment of the logical entailment is that, well, she's recreational use only because she's promiscuous. Now, of course, there's other things that can be in it. Maybe she got baggage. So think about it. Why do we say women with a whole lot of tattoos? Bro, she probably recreational use only. Why do we say that? Because it's, when you peel back the layers, like, well, normally when people get a whole lot of tattoos, they had to go through some things. And if a woman is going through things and experienced a lot of trauma and went through adversities in life, she's more likely to do sexual behaviors, right? Because she's been through a whole lot. She's vulnerable. She's more likely to act out sexually. You get it? Now, of course, there's exceptions to the rule where there's women with tattoos that they're not promiscuous at all. Got it. So the logical entailment of your argument is that recreational use only equals promiscuity. You just said that, oh, well, I think your chick is recreational use only. Guess what, buddy? You're wrong. 100% wrong. That's the answer.
All right, so let me respond to this. So when we talk about, you can say where it originated from, fine. But when we talk about what's recreational use only,
what to talk about?
When we talk about what's recreational use only, right? Nowadays, people use it for whatever they want to. You don't even got to be promiscuous.
Bro.
I can say a single baby. Can I finish? I can say a single baby. I can say a woman who had kids by other men is recreational use only. Just sleep with her. Don't wife her up because she has kids by another man. You don't have to be promiscuous.
I'm telling you that the logical entailment from all of this is men thinking that she was promiscuous. Promiscuity is the logical entailment from the term of recreational use only. Also, we can extrapolate it out. I'll grant it to you that the term can be used in many ways. I heard people even say, oh, the chick recreational use only if she can't follow my lead. Oh, she can't really get on a man's program? Well, I'm only gonna, clap that and do nothing else with her.
Once again, this is working against your point. What is I'm now I'm even more confused.
So I can grant that to you and say, okay, of course it could be used for other little things, but that would be subjective to you or to that person.
Right. It's all subjective, you idiot. This is relationships and datings. It's all going to be from a different disposition. There's a reason why I don't try to sit up here and coach people like they can get the same results from doing the same things that I do, like you are working from the same disposition. That's not life. And what gives you these qualifications? Are you a PhD in dating? Oh! Like these motherfuckers, man.
So whatever you think, guess what? I don't care. Let me ask you a question now, Tyron. Do you have a woman?
I'm married.
Okay. Oh, were you the guy that was married?
Yeah, I'm married.
I got a couple guys in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So you're a married man.
Yeah.
Got it. That's good.
Kids.
So cool. You have what you want.
Yep.
Got you. Beautiful thing. Guess what? I got what I want, brother. So what you want. What is your real point here?
The point is that you said single mothers are recreational use only and don't wife up single mothers, don't have relationship with single mothers. There's better options out here. If you're a high enough value man to dictate your the terms, then don't be with a single mother even if you had kids. That's what you said, sir. So while you are with a single mother, you are the walking embodiment of hypocrisy, and then you're trying to teach people, run up a bag, and try to sell these courses. It's like, nah.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Every last one of these callers call in to pull his card and say, my nigga, you ain't qualified. Shut your bitch ass up. That's what they do. That's what they do.
So you come on this. I think if I remember, I think the last point what you debated was, what was it? It was it was marriage, right? It was marriage.
No, that wasn't me.
It wasn't you? Wait, when did you come in here and debate last time?
It was last Wednesday, but it was more towards the end of the stream.
What was your point in the debate last week?
We talked about multiple.
Is it the same?
No. I can't remember what it was last time.
Okay, cool, man. All right, man. I'm gonna get to some more callers, bro. You got point is moot. We just went through it. It's subjective. Recreational use only.
I'm low IQ.
Oh no, you've actually stayed the entire time and you've understood exactly what I was saying. So better job this time, but the point was moot. You didn't make a point.
Really? I didn't make a point?
Nah, you didn't make a point at all, bro.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let me bring you back up. I'll make a point to you.
Okay.
Your wife is recreational use only.
Okay, how?
You see, it's subjective. Because she chose an ugly nigga like you. See? See, chat? See how easy it is? dudes get in here. You can't have a good, like,
What the hell was that?
When he told you your woman was recreational use only, it was based on your own rhetoric as it pertains to single mothers. You were trying to be petty because you realized that the man disrespected you on your own platform and you couldn't do nothing. He said to your face, your woman is recreational use only. And you're like, yeah, Gabe. Will Smith would have never. Will Smith would never. He would have had a crash out beta moment. But you, my nigga, you didn't do nothing, man. You even, come on, man. You just let your woman get called recreational use by some random nigga on YouTube, bruh. And then you had a civil conversation with him. Then you fake the funk at the end like you're that guy. Like, this is pathetic, man. This ain't registering, bruh. The attempt is not registering.
a subjective debate is the worst thing. Like, we could just come on here and say things like,
subjective debate is the worst thing. That is all relationship talk. So good night, folks.
That's all, folks.
Manipulation.
What are we doing out here, my nigga? What are we doing out here? You are only as good as the arguments that you make. That is it. That is it. When you make poor arguments with many holes and and a lot of hypocrisy, you gonna get cooked. And look at this nigga.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Oh, bro, like Cooley's hair hat. Cooley's hair hat, the person in the chat that always send money. Cooley, you got a hair hat. That's not your real hair. So in his mind, subjectively, he thinks that my hair isn't real.
No, it's based on women looking at your hair and being like, you know what, when they add extensions, the front parts and the way it looks, it doesn't look natural. You can't see it coming out of the root like you can see in my hair when you look at the braids. I'm on a small camera, it's not really going to work. But nonetheless, that's what it's based off of. They're looking at your hair like it's under review. Some women looked at your hair and they were like,
what the hell was that?
That don't look real. That look like the extension that she got. So, you know what I mean? That's what that hair hat thing is based off of. Same as Myron's hair. It's based on, it didn't come from thin air, my nigga. You don't have LT's hair hat running around in the chat.
So he's just gonna keep on sending in donations, and I'm like, okay, bro, keep sending in bread. You get this guy coming, Tyron. I think the last time maybe he was cool, and I'm just joking with you too. Don't take anything seriously, Tyron. But the point of why I did that is to show you that this isn't even a debate. Like, it's subjective. Subjective.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Now let's get to the cooking, chat. Let's get to where the callers that get him on the ropes and he's absolutely chefed. Let's get to those ones. Hold up, chat. Yeah, this one.
Okay, get you.
Not this one. This one is so bad that he loses the debate. Then he tries to review the debate to try to run a narrative by doing a reaction to the debate. Ked called back in, and then they have this lengthy ass debate that is just pointless and it's just nonstop gaslighting. So we'll get to that one last. Let's get to this one because this one is bad, man. This one is real bad. Shout out to Craig. First of all, I do not know his YouTube channel.
Did you know that your argument?
If somebody knows Craig's YouTube channel, because he is a YouTuber, if Craig's in the chat, if somebody knows his YouTube channel, if they share that YouTube channel, I want to know what he has on his channel, because shout out to this guy. He cooked the shit out of Cooley. Cooley did not know what to do. He was on the ropes getting bitched. Man, it was bad.
Was lame. Let's bring up some more people here. Tyron, turn on your camera, and J.O., turn on your camera. I'm going to bring you up. We got Craig. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from? Craig, Commentary King, I got you in here, man. I see you.
Can you hear me?
What's good? I can hear you good, Craig. What's up? My man got that HD camera.
Yeah, trying.
Your audio trash, though. You on an iPhone?
Those headphones that you just plug in.
Okay, fair enough. What's up? Talk to me.
Yeah, I wanted to continue off the previous debate that you just had, just in a different aspect of it. When you don't have education, licensure, professional experience inside of a...
No audio. It went out.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Stop the cap.
Lie!
It's a total fabrication.
Nigga, you just hating, feel me? That's why you ain't never gonna have no paper, ain't never gonna have no bitches, feel me?
What he did was he realized the impending doom, and he was like, oh shit, I'm about to get cooked. And what did he do? He got on his bicycle and started, man, this motherfucker loves to run. He loves to run. That's what he does. He tries to avoid and escape. Remember the last time with the Uber Eats and then it was the pizza man? Couldn't make up his mind which lie he wanted to go with. Now all of a sudden this nigga muted him because he's like, ah shit, he's pulling my card again, and he's like, nah man, I gotta run. But really and truly,
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
shout out to Uncut Underground with the $20 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Now, W's to Uncut Underground with the big $20 super chat. Uncut Underground says recreational use is a term used for years in the marijuana industry. These niggas learned everything from social media. This is facts. This is facts, man. Shout out to you. I'm going to leave that comment up there for a second because folks need to really understand that they're low IQ.
God damn.
That's just what it comes down to. That's just what it comes. These idiots that want to call people low IQ every second. It's like, come on, man. They're learning everything as they go from social media. They're learning from Myron, Saint the Sinner, Rolo Tomasi. It's like, it's pathetic out here. It's pathetic, bruh. It's pathetic.
It went out.
Ensure professional experience inside of a
No audio. It went out.
licensure, professional experience inside of a
No audio. It went out.
He did that shit. He guilty as fuck.
No audio.
He's so certain that there will be no audio. He's looking down. He's making sure that he's fucking with the device, making sure that the audio is not coming through so he could run. This is pathetic.
I've seen him do it.
Log out, come back in, I'll bring someone else up. Just like log out of the whole thing and then come back up. There you go, bro. All right, let's get, let's see here. Commentary King, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're in.
Now, what he tried to do is bring somebody else up so he can avoid the smoke. But guess what? Folks have the same questions, and it's more card pulling from you. It's more pulling your card, nigga. Did they investigating you? Once again, you under review?
God damn.
And they ain't having that.
There we go. Hey, so what's going on?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Hey, yes, I'm still on cruise right now. Yeah, I've been listening to quite a bit of your discussions with people, and it's quite spirited, I'll say that. So I want to change the tone a bit, and wanted to do a little bit of discussion on some of your religious affiliations, and I would say your prescriptions for people, because the last time we spoke, I believe you were insisting that people should sort of adopt some form of Protestant Christianity. Am I right?
Commentary, the audio is not the best.
We can hear the man. The video is stuck between 240p and 120p. It's pretty pathetic. But we can hear the man. This is you trying to duck the conversation once again, because what you said is the woman in your household needs to follow your lead because it's God over man, man over woman, women over children. They need to follow that order, blah, blah, blah. Then when they pressed you about marriage, you're like, oh, that's biblical.
I've seen him do it.
It's like, my nigga, the whole order of your house structure was biblical until you had to get married.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Coming in and out is shaky, and then your camera is also shaky too.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just come back later. I'm on a cruise right now, actually. So I'm just gonna come back later this week, and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, because it's real bad. It's poor. I can hear you, but it's chopping up. It's cutting in and out.
Yeah, I got you. I'll come back later this week. It's cool.
All right, brother.
Cool.
Blessings. All right, we're going to bring up some more people. We got, the thing is this, chat, for all the people in here. You get these people that come in a chat and they want to debate, but they have a woman's mindset. They think that the man's end goal is to be married like the woman. No, that's not a man's end goal.
Bro, so you're just raising her kids for no reason? So you're just keeping her around for years and years while she collects dust waiting for that marriage? I'm very confused. Like, this is a relationship, buddy. There's two people in it. If you want to be selfish, be single, my nigga. Like, this is you know what? Let him get through the speech. Let me understand it. Let me listen actively so I can understand it. And I'm not low IQ. Let's get it.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Marriage, the way it's set up in modernity, is for women. They're incentivized to get into the marriage and to leave the marriage. They're incentivized by...
Now, we've been over this. This is a horseshit excuse, sir. Incentivized. Why do you not sign a prenuptial agreement prior to the marriage if you have such apprehensions to the marriage and you're so reluctant to trust your woman not to take all your shit, my nigga? I thought she was the exception to the rule and you don't even trust her to not take all your shit? He can't even sign a prenup, my nigga? Like, what's going on out here? Hey, yo, shout out to Random University with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Roided up Nipsey is gonna make me make what? Roided up Nipsey is going to make me make a part 4. Yeah, I had a little bit of struggle read. Shout out to Random University with the $2 super chat. Bro, we are going to need a part 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until this nigga starts keeping it a stack, my nigga. He keeps fabricating tales. We'll be there to report on them. We'll be there to point out every time he gets cooked by his callers.
The ring, what is it? 2/3 of, I don't know, it's a portion of the man's income. Incentivized. They're incentivized to leave the marriage. They're incentivized by the ring. What is it? 2/3 of, I don't know, it's a portion of the man's income.
They say it's respectful to spend 1/3 of your annual income on the ring. You're a 6-figure earner for years. This is light change to you, right? Light change, right?
Incentivized. They're incentivized with the wedding. They're incentivized if they leave the marriage. Marriage is set up for a woman, not for a man. So when I get men that hit me up and they ask for coaching, they're not talking about, well, how can I marry this chick? Men give out a ring. If he wants to marry the woman, he will just do it.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, there's partial truth in that statement. If a man wants to marry a woman, he's gonna do it, and you chose not to. Now, when callers call in, they're not talking about, oh, how do I get this woman to marry me? The callers that call in, and we're gonna see a caller that calls in. We're gonna do that right now before we get into the caller that he tried to avoid. Look, listen to the questions he asked. He's trying to get his woman on the same page so she can be ready for marriage, for him to feel comfortable, for him to marry her. The fact that she's not on the same page as him is why he's apprehensive to move forward with the relationship. He's a weasel, man. He tries to weasel these points past his fan base, but man, they don't get past me. Hold up, man. Let me see this shit.
She's confused about it. Sounds.
Let me turn you up.
Do you know what expressive aphasia is?
No, I do not. What is that?
Expressive aphasia is like you have the words aligned in your head and it sounds right in the head, but when it comes... Exactly, yes.
God, like...
My bad. I thought that was the beginning. I gotta go back to the beginning.
Self, but also what's best for a kid. So I would be the best option. And the one thing you gotta understand...
Damn it. Okay, here we go.
No sense. I'm not no sense. You're not finna
Well,
get
the one thing you got to understand is time. You've only been speaking to her for about 4 to 5 months, you said. So one, you got to understand that women are the vulnerable sex and their kids are like everything. So if they're the vulnerable sex, she's also looking out what's best for herself, but also what's best for her kids. So maybe she doesn't, maybe you haven't shown her these characteristics, or maybe she just doesn't even know like that a man should be a disciplinarian. So you're saying that she doesn't actually know that a man should be the disciplinarian.
Exactly, yes.
Got it. Well, yeah, that's
she's very clueless to like how can I say, she's very, you know what expressive aphasia is, right?
Wait, you said what? Say that again.
Do you know what expressive aphasia is?
I couldn't even hear you. Say it one more time. My bad. Let me turn you up.
Bro, you just have to say you don't know what it is. He was fighting for his life, trying to buy time once again. If you don't know what something is, you don't know what it is.
You know what expressive aphasia is?
No, I do not. What is that?
Expressive aphasia is like you have the words aligned in your head and it sounds right in the head, but when it comes out the mouth, it doesn't match what's in your head. Like it comes up, she forgets, she's confused. I bring her up the common, simplest things, and she's confused about it. Like, I don't know how to work it. Like,
yo,
bro, take this conversation to a physician. Take this to a licensed, like, doctor. What are we doing out here? Expressive aphasia? How did she get that? How was she diagnosed with that? Did she have a stroke? Was there head trauma? Was that just something that she was born with? Like, we need to have. Does she have receptive aphasia? Does she have both ends? Does she not understand and comprehend the things that you're saying too? Like, this is a deeper conversation that he's not qualified for. Neither am I, nigga. I ain't no doctor. Like, what are we doing out here?
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
She'd be like, fuck, I forget what I'm trying to say and stuff like that. And I'll be like, it don't really look like you trying to forget, because if I was to apply that same energy to you, you would bring out all the facts.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying that she's...
Was she even clinically diagnosed of expressive aphasia, or is this a gaslighting tactic? This is not the place to have these discussions, man. Take this shit off YouTube. We just a bunch of niggas with mics, bro. We are not the arbiters of truth. We are only as good as the arguments we make. What is wrong with these niggas, man?
Manipulation.
Don't really look like you trying to forget, because if I was to apply that same energy to you, you would bring out all the facts.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying that she's really maybe trying to avoid or seeming uninterested in the things that you're speaking to her about. That's what it seems like. It could be a... Huh? What'd you say?
Yeah, and showing her. I don't necessarily...
And showing her.
I speak, and then when I speak it, I show it. And if you're
and
not
when you
following
speak, you
it,
show
I
it.
start speaking. Yeah, and if I'm showing you and you still not getting a clue, you might as well just...
Listen, man, I'll tell you this, bro. You got one kid, she has two kids, and she's not even on program with you yet. And also, she doesn't understand the disciplinarian stuff and doesn't want to actually truly listen to what you're saying. Go ahead and get another chick. Go ahead and get another chick, bro.
Survey said, you don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
Now. You're 25, or you were 25 when you met your woman. I'm speaking to Cooley right now. He was 25. He's currently 35, all right? He said it took 4 years for him to get in a relationship with that woman. Or not to get into, to move in with that woman. So from the point that you were with her, why did it take so long for you to move in? She probably wasn't on the same page either at that period in time. There must have been an adjustment, a build up towards that. This guy's 24 in this pretty much the same system, the same equation, I should say, where the woman has 2 kids, he has 1, he doesn't have full custody, but nonetheless, same situation, and you told him to go the opposite direction when you stayed there. Oh shit, I thought I seen oh, this is a different one. My bad, chat. Shout out to Josh with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Josh says red pill content creators are the new scam artists. LOL. They've been the scam artists. A lot of influencers are just using their influence in their platform to finesse folks from for their pockets, because they have the largest group of people actively watching and listening. You see that Hawk Tua girl? That Hawk Tua girl, she's stealing money too. She ran up that fraudulent coin. All these, whenever you see a token from an influencer, run. Don't support that shit. Fuck that. That's a scam automatically all the time. There's 100% rug pulls. I'm gonna probably have to do a breakdown on that later. Hold up, chat. We got I think we got a PayPal. Hold up.
God damn. I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Lee with the $6 PayPal. Hold up, chat. Now, Lee says, I can't pull up the PayPal on the screen. I don't have that app service yet, so shout out to Lee. Lee says, these content creators need to promote condoms to their male audience to help combat single motherhood if it's such a problem. It's facts. Do what is in your control if you have such an issue with it. That's what it comes down to. It's not really a problem. It's not really a problem. They want to speak down on this. Let me tell you. Let me give you all some game real quick. They want to speak down on single mothers so they can have all the single mothers to themselves. Now, what does that mean when I say that? Because folks are like, what the fuck are you talking about? They want them all for themselves. What I mean is they don't want niggas to fuck their baby mothers. They want to have their baby mother on the side whenever they want to do whatever they want to do with their baby mother. And then they want to fuck other single mothers. They just don't want niggas in their baby moms. That's what it comes down to. So they're like, they try to smear the single mother name. It's like, my nigga, you just don't want me in them cheeks, bro. You know, whoa, pause. Stick together. Whoa, that sounded sus the way I worded that. God damn it.
Stick together. Pause. He knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
In your baby mom's cheeks, bruh. That's what it comes down to. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Like, I tell my guys that too. It's like, boy, you ain't got the right one. You might as well just.
How old are you, man?
I'm 24. She's 22.
Yeah, you're young, and she's not. She doesn't want to get on programs. She really doesn't have the ability to like listen and understand things. So that means that when y'all kids and stuff hang out and stuff, right?
Nah, my kid, she just went back to Vegas. Like my.
So you don't have your kid full time?
Yes and no. I made an arrangement with my child's mother that she gets her 6 months. I get her 6 months. I don't want to do no court. I don't want to do none of that.
Who has the kid during the school time?
She does. I make sure she does because I work a lot. I play football.
Okay, fair enough. So with that being said, bro, just get a whole nother chick. She got 2 kids. You don't even have your kid full time. You can get a whole nother girl. You can get a whole nother girl with 0 kids, with 0, I mean, there's always going to be women that's programmed by society, Instagram, Netflix, and mad stuff that you got to deprogram out of them. But you can get a girl with less baggage, bro. You're 24. You sound like...
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
She dresses smart.
You can get a girl with less baggage. You're 24. But you sat up here and said you were a top tier man and got a single mother of 2. I'm just confused here. The hypocrisy. This is.
Modestly. When I met her, she didn't dress modestly. She dresses modestly. She sticks to parts of the program. Some things she don't understand. I put it in front of her like a sheet of paper or something, and I tell her to write down the things she don't understand, or make a vision board of who she is and what she want to become.
Okay.
I said a divine order about that.
Okay, good. But the main things that you're...
Okay, so shout out to Commentary King in the back. We're going to bring you up shortly. I just want to get to... shout out to you, Commentary King. We're going to get to you shortly. I just want to get to the next caller because the next caller cooks them. I want to listen to these talking points, and then we'll bring you up if that's cool. You there? Can't even hear you. I'm talking to you, bruh. You're not on the screen right now. You're still backstage, but... Man, fuck it. I'll just bring this nigga on the screen real quick, y'all. Hold up. We can't hear you, though. I think you're muted. Yeah, we'll run this back. We will run this back.
currently asking about right now is that she doesn't understand the part where the man should be the leader, the woman should be the follower, and then she also doesn't understand that you're coming in being a provider and stuff like that, so you should have some say when it comes to discipline. There's a time frame that's very short, so I tried to give her some, I wanted to give you some understanding of the woman's perspective, meaning that you're still, just like she's new to you, like you're new to her. So like her giving you full authority over disciplining the kids like right now, and her not even understanding certain things and certain dynamics as far as like men lead, women follow, she's going to be less likely to even have you discipline her.
Bro, she has a learning disability. This is a medical disorder. I don't know if it was clinically diagnosed. He's saying it as if it was. This is filthy work. We don't want to hear anything from this nigga.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Now let's get back to the caller. He tried to duck Craig. He tried to run from the smoke, but this is where this nigga gets cooked. So we gotta watch this.
Guy comes up because I guess he had some points on that. I think he's right here. Craig, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Your audio good?
I hope so. You hear me?
All right, cool. Yeah, I can hear you good. All right, so you said that you wanted to speak about the marriage thing. Okay, get to your point.
Yeah.
You know, that's funny. I do that all the time. I be hitting the drop like...
Stay off the weed.
Meanwhile, on my spare time...
Who are you, Snoop Dogg in the green room? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yo, some people don't handle it the same, all right? Some people can't be on air smoking. They just be making stupid points and shit. Well, I'm accountable. I'd admit that I do that, but it's jokingly. You know what I mean? It's nice. I'm not being serious, bro.
So when you don't have education, credentialing, licensure, anything like that, and you're in the coaching or counseling.
Shout out to DJ Hap. I was smoking a blunt listening to one of your morning mix on your show. Happy birthday, my nigga. Shout out to you. Shout out to DJ Hap. Y'all subscribe to This Might Be Risky. This man had the most fire G-Unit mix. I'm like, hey, yo, what the hell's going on? And I was, man, shout out to you. You made the morning lit. Shout out to you. I need to drop a super chat with my cheap ass. I'm just hiding in the shadows.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Realm, the only thing that you can really rely on is your life, meaning your own actions. People have to judge your life and determine whether your advice is sound or not. So since your life doesn't match your words, how do you feel that you have the credentials to provide sound relationship advice to anyone when you're kind of like 50%? Like you had a relationship and had a child and failed at that one, and now you're currently in one. So that doesn't really qualify you to give advice, especially because we don't know how your relationship is going to turn out. Like this one might actually fail too. So I'm curious as to how you believe that you have the knowledge base to do what you are trying to do.
Yeah, so
See, this is a good question. We're going to get back to it. This is why I fuck with DJ Hamp. Shout out to DJ Hamp. Because DJ Hamp is a married man who conducts and gets respect from the panel of folks that he has. Well, he has a group. There's a group of panelists that consistently call into his show. They met up in person. They do events. They had boxing events. He's somebody that's married who's aligned with the words that he speaks of. So when they have that community show, I look at it like the black community show. They all have a level of respect for Hamp. It's much different. But this fraud comes out here and thinks that folks are supposed to just listen to the shit that he says with no goddamn credentials. Well, get the fuck out of here, man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Same question that he had asked. Thank you for your question, though, because your question was more...
Shout out to Epstein's brother with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Epstein's brother says Fugazi is white girl crazy. Shout out to Epstein's brother with the $2 super chat. No, DJ Hamp is not Craig. DJ Hamp is DJ Hamp from This Might Be Risky. You might have to go over to that channel and watch DJ Hamp.
Direct and to the point. His question was, and then he tried to evade when I brought up the hypothetical. He's like, wait, what? That doesn't match up. That doesn't match up. What, nigga, this is what you're saying. You're coming in, you're trying to critique. Your question is much better. It's like, okay, you come in here with a direct question. To answer your question, man, you're asking me a subjective question. Why do I believe? I got that right? You
No,
said
what qualifies you?
What qualifies me? But you asked me like, why would I believe? Like, you said believe in it. That's what I picked up. Someone was like, believe. Why?
Believe was literally in the last sentence. Let me get back to the question. We got to listen to the question carefully and listen to the response, because he literally cherry picks the last part so we could maneuver and weasel a way out of actually answering the question directly. I went back too far. Damn.
Sound relationship, if your advice is sound or not. So since you can really rely on education.
Okay, here we go.
I can hear you good. All right, so you said that you wanted to speak about the marriage thing. Okay, get to your point.
Yeah. So when you don't have education, credentialing, licensure, anything like that, and you're in the coaching or counseling realm, the only thing that you can really rely on is your life, meaning your own actions. People have to judge your life and determine whether your advice is sound or not. So since your life doesn't match your words, how do you feel that you have the credentials to provide sound relationship advice to anyone when you're kind of like 50%? Like you had a relationship and had a child and failed at that one, and now you're currently in one. So that doesn't really qualify you to give advice, especially because we don't know how your relationship is going to turn out. Like this one might actually fail too. So I'm curious as to how you believe that you have the knowledge base to do what you are trying to do.
Yeah, so
now, if you listen to the question, he went off and he basically specified, why would anybody listen to you? You're not really qualified. You don't have the qualifications. And at the end, he said, why do you believe you're qualified? And then he's just going to go into this, well, it's subjective, and to try to just deflect with this pathetic answer.
Same question that he had asked. Thank you for your question, though, because your question was more direct and to the point. His question was, and then he tried to evade when I brought up the hypothetical. He's like, wait, what? That doesn't match up. That doesn't match up. Well, nigga, this is what you're saying. You're coming in, you're trying to critique. Your question is much better. It's like,
no, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
How are you describing people zigzagging and doing all the most when they're asking a question when you do the same thing instead of answering a question simply? This makes no sense, bruh.
Like, okay, you come in here with a direct question. To answer your question, man, you're asking me a subjective question. Why do I believe? I got that right? You said
what qualifies you?
What qualifies me? But you asked me like, why would I believe? Like, you said believe in it. That's what I picked.
The main gist of the question is what qualifies you.
Someone was like, believe. Why do you believe that you're qualified to? So you're asking me subjectively, like, why do I believe that I'm qualified to do said thing?
Sure, you can give your subjective opinion on why you believe.
Yeah, so that's subjective.
I wouldn't not let him get away with that. I'm like, no, stick to the motherfucking initial question. Stop trying to weasel it away so you can make it a subjective thing where you're unaccountable. But nonetheless, Craig still cooks them.
So if we're speaking subjectively, man, I would say that, bro, if you really want the answer, if you have relationship problems, sign up for coaching and get the advice. That will be the best answer, because you're not going to truly know. I could say all of these things, speak about himself. That's the thing. A man could say all of these things and speak about himself and big and boast like, listen, man, I've dealt with many chicks. I've been in relationships, da-da-da-da-da. I'm the best person to give advice. The best answer would be, if you're going through an issue, you need some advice, sign up for coaching, and you adhere with the first few minutes that I'm giving sound advice. But I'll answer.
Oh! All due respect, shut the hell up. I want to hear that.
So how come we cannot hear within the first few minutes right now that you can give sound advice? We heard you with the other caller. We heard you speak for hours upon hours, and we have not heard anything. So why?
The way you want it.
Okay, so we got the caller in the back raising the hand. Hold up, let me get to this guy real quick. Shout out to Commentary King. I'm going to bring you up. Hold up. Is your sound working now, bro? Yeah, I think your sound's working. I'll bring you up. All right, shout out to Commentary King.
Okay. Can I be heard?
Yep. What's up, bro? What do you got on the topic?
I can't hear you in the room.
You can't hear me? Oh, let me do this again.
Okay. I can hear you on the stream, but I can't hear you inside of here, so it's going to be a delay.
Ah, fuck, yo, this video. We can try to still have the conversation if you would like, but I don't know how that would work because it's like low latency. It's not ultra low latency. There's like a 5-6 second delay. We're gonna have these niggas sitting around waiting.
It's just going to be really awkward because I'm going to have to wait until it appears on the screen.
Yeah, maybe we do this another time, bro. I gotta reset up the video. It's not usually this bad. Unless you just want to say something right now, you can get your bars off and then, yeah. All right, so you have the floor.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I just wanted to come in and say I'm one of the guys that regularly comes in and talks to Cooley, and so I see a lot of people starting to notice me pop in more often. I've been sort of, I guess, debating online and doing that type of thing for a few years now, but I took a break, and so I needed to shake off the rust, and so I decided to start engaging Cooley. And it's funny that people are starting to notice certain things about Cooley, and I've been very upfront with him about the number of fallacies that he uses when he talks to other people, even though he tries to call out other people. I will say, though, I think that some of the criticism isn't deserved, but I think a lot of it is people are pointing out certain hypocrisies with a lot of the stuff that he's saying, and I've been wanting to address that amongst a lot of other things. So if you want to, you can go back to any of the previous live streams and you can look for Commentary King. He'll, oh my God, it's Commentary King in the back. So that's my brother told me that I appeared in an Abbott Preach video when he was talking about low IQs or something like that. So I'm not sure who's watching and what, but I will say that, oh shit, somebody recognizes my old moniker in the chat. But yeah, I intend on going over a lot of what Cooley says, because there's a whole lot that's wrong with some of the stuff that he puts out there, just biologically, and then just mentally. I'm not even sure where to begin. But so I did call in while I was on the cruise. It was my last day, and the internet was shitty. But anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
No,
thank
cool.
you for having me on here. Once
Shout
we
out
get
to
the
you.
audio stuff, I definitely want to chop it up with you and a lot of other people.
Do you have a channel that we can follow you at? We can see and get some more commentary and more perspective in regards to Cooley. We'll wait until you hear that.
Yeah, so this channel, if you look up Commentary King, I will be uploading some thoughts on Cooley. He has a debate this Sunday, so I'm probably going to do a bit of a review on that and then chop it up and edit it. But I plan on in the near future just to sit down and walk through a lot of Cooley's arguments and explain at length why I disagree with a lot of them. But yeah, but thank you anyway, man. I appreciate you having me up here.
All right, shout out to you, man. No problem. Shout out to Commentary King. Now that'll be $27.50 PayPal only.
I'm getting rich.
Yeah, the promo ain't free, bruh. The promo ain't free. Nah, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm joking, chat. Let's get back into this.
So I would say this, right? An individual giving advice to someone when it comes to dating and relationships, you can say that said person failed on something. Men and women are different. The point is that you're looking at relationships from a female's lens, just what I spoke about before, and I'll explain to you the way you're looking at it. You're looking at it at...
Okay, so he asked him a question about his qualifications. Simply asked him a question about his qualifications. Why would you be the person we listen to based on what we've seen from you and your relationship success or lack thereof? He goes into saying he has a female perspective on relationships based on the question that he asked him. Let's listen to this great insight we're about to be provided from Cooley. Let's listen to what men think opposed to Craig, I guess, because this makes no sense.
As well.
Wait, I missed the super chat? Hold up, chat. Hold up, chat. Oh, shit. Yo, I missed a bunch of these super chats.
What the hell was that?
Shout out to Epstein's brother with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Epstein's brother says only a fatherless clown would support Cooley. Hey, this is another way of shaming single mothers backhandedly. But yeah, hey, shout out to Epstein's brother. Shout out to Leftiness with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Leftiness has nothing to say, but shout out to you. I do appreciate the bread. Let's get it.
You need to be perfect in order for you to then give said advice. Men, we don't operate from perfection. Nothing in a man's life is perfection.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to not be a hypocrite. You have to embody the message that you purport and expect other people to follow it. How do you expect folks to follow a message you don't follow yourself? How does that make sense? I'm gonna take this advice. Yeah, this advice ain't good enough for me, but it's good enough for you. Come on, man.
Men, we have to build value over time. So when we go through experiences and adversities and we overcome them, if that man embodies the things that he overcame, right? So what are memories for? Memories for a lot of things, but memories is for to extract out lessons learned. So when a man goes through things and he extracts out lessons learned, he becomes a better man. That's every man, because no one is perfect. So even if you're getting advice from anyone that was married, or if you're getting advice from a person in the NBA and their coach and they're telling you about basketball and things, they can.
Shout out to Jay the Informant with the 14-month membership. W's in the chat for Jay the Informant. That is member loyalty right there. That's 14 big months. Shout out to you. Let's get it.
Be at that point, but they wasn't always at that point. There was always hurdles that they always had to, always adversities that they always had to overcome. And you know that they overcome them because they made the end goal. You get it? They made that end goal. When it comes to...
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Jay the Informant with the $2 super chat. He said worst definition of memories ever. Was he describing memories? See, I wasn't active listening. That was the description. Wow, yikes.
Marriage, right? You look at it from a female's lens. You think that a masculine man that understands politics, geopolitics, and a lot of other things, and have a wide world view, is going to live in modernity and operate with the policies that doesn't actually match up with modernity. Men, there's no incentive for a man to be married under the state. No incentive. There's every incentive for the woman to be married under the state. Do you get it?
All right, so I guess I did not find the incentive to cuff and take care of a single mother and her 2 children while telling other people not to do that. Is there an incentive that only you are in on and you can just find and you're getting a tax break, you're getting a benefit for this? I'm confused. Are you just trying to keep people away from, like, what is going on, bruh?
So therefore, if I'm advising men, if a man hits me up, he says, hey, should I get married? Sure, get married in the church. Why not? Get married in the church, you do it. Married under the state, government, get a prenup. I'm never still going to say no to it because I'm not against marriage. Never going to say no to it.
What have we been listening to for the past? How long has this stream been? You said it's a woman's frame of mind or a woman's mentality to speak about the end goal being marriage, and then you're talking about you're not going to speak against it. You were speaking against it the whole time.
But because I'm not against it, but I'll say, hey, do a prenup. But let's pull the layer back. What is marriage? Marriage is a relationship. So therefore, you stated some things. Well, you've been in relationships and you had failed relationships. Nigga, you had failed relationships. Every human being on this planet had failed relationships. Martin Luther King was cheating out there and had failed relationships. I mean, Shorty kind of stuck with him. That was successful. She knew her job. She knew her place. But what I'm saying is, when you come in getting out there and had failed relationships. I mean, Shorty kind of stuck with him. That was successful. She knew her job. She knew her place. But what I'm saying is, when you come in here and you're trying to critique something, when you're a flawed individual, it sounds crazy, especially when it's on a topic that doesn't even.
All right, chat. It's that time in the episode. You see this? This is Guyana. Somebody said my mother was from Ghana when they tried to tell other people how I'm tethering it down. They're like, yeah, she's Guyana, not Ghana. From Guyana in Jamaica, all right? I don't even have a Canadian flag out here. But we got those. We got those. All right, let's get it, chat.
Benefit the man.
So I would say to that, I don't think anybody's looking for perfection. I don't think that you should come in and anybody should expect that you should have all of the answers. I'm saying that you should have a history or a foundation that says that you do. So you talked about coaches.
It does. No, listen. So you're forgetting something. You were spilling things off of propaganda that you.
Oh shit! I didn't even give you the.
I'm getting rich.
My bad. Shout out to Monica Rambeau with the $2 super chat. She said, LT, where in the Caribbean are you from? And I brought my flags. So yeah, shout out to you. You got to get that read out properly. Shout out to you. Let's get back into this conversation where I have not been actively listening.
Foundation that says that you do. So you talked about coaches.
It does. No, listen. So you're forgetting something. You were spilling things off of propaganda that you heard in the media. My relationship, I got
propaganda that you learned in the media?
I should expect that you should have all of the answers. I'm saying that you should have a history or a foundation that says that you do. So you talked about coaches.
It does. No, listen. So you're forgetting something. You were spilling things off of propaganda that you heard in the media. My relationship, I got exactly what I want.
No,
so you're No. Listen, Craig, let me give you information. You're speaking to a man that has exactly what he wants in a relationship. Exactly what he wants.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You're not speaking to a man that doesn't have what he wants in a relationship. So guess what? I'm telling you, you're speaking to a man at the end goal already, at the end product. He has exactly what he wants.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, the reason why I'm saying that's a lie, because according to himself, this guy, he said this. He said that you should avoid single mothers. Even if you have kids and you have the ability to avoid them and you're able to, what was the words he said? God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. If you have the leverage to exercise, whatever the fuck these red pill niggas say. You know what he said, man. You know what he said. Y'all seen him do it.
I've seen him do it.
He advised against single mothers even if you had kids, and then you ended up with a single mother. Something that you said avoid. Men should not do that. If you're high value enough, top tier, which you described yourself as, and then you did it. So how is that everything you wanted? This doesn't make sense, and this is not what he asked.
With that being said, now let's extrapolate it down. How can you give advice to people? Well, when people call in and they want coaching or anything, they want to get what they want. I got what I want. I can show you what to get what you want. Your wants could even be different than mine, but I can still show you how to get there because it's still a relationship. If you peel back marriage, it's still a relationship. The man gives the ring. The reason why you're looking at it from a female's perspective is because, nigga, we give the ring to the woman. We don't have to do something right to get married. Like, think about it. Think about how stupid the logic is. Men, it's like, flip it. Let's flip it in reverse.
You don't have to do anything right to get married. Oh man, this is the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. So, oh wow, man. You're gonna end up like Joe Budden when she says no when you proposed. Yikes. Shout out to Monica Rambeau with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Caribbean people are the spice of life. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Let's say if a woman is like, well, what I'm trying to get advice on sex. What I got to do to get sex? Stupid dumb girl, you hold the key to sex. Find a man, a good man, one that's going to protect and provide for you, a man that you want, and that's the man that you should be having sex with. You get what I'm saying? Women hold the key to sex. Men hold the key to marriage. So it's...
When does crack... Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play?
A dumb question to ask. Well, like, bro, I can tell you I coach probably about thousands of people by now. Ain't no man say, bro, how can I get this chick to marry me? What? Like what? Chat, do y'all see where this is coming from? What? No, that doesn't happen. Go ahead, Craig, my bad.
Yeah, so I'm more referring to people that actually have deeper relationship questions. Like, for instance, if somebody called you for coaching and they're like, hey, I'm in a relationship with my woman and things haven't been right in terms of how we've been communicating because we tried to have a child and she just had a miscarriage and now we're not on the same page.
Yeah, bro.
With each other.
Yeah, bro. That's regular relationship questions. What I'm trying to tell you is everything is a relationship question. Marriage is under the umbrella of a relationship.
So is a friendship. Being a coworker is a type of a relationship. That's how you relate to the other person in your relationship. You are that's a coworker to me. Oh, who is that person to you? That's a coworker. That's the crux of our relationship. They're not all the same. You can't just be like, a relationship is a relationship is a relationship. Copy and paste. You can't. What the fuck, my nigga? Like, people learn from this guy, and he has the audacity to call people low IQ. A marriage is different, bruh. There's different struggles, different turmoil. It's oh god, this is bad.
That's what that is. So therefore, that's a regular relationship question. So that can be, oh, I have a communication problem. Okay, me and my wife or whatever, we having a hard time communicating. She's not understanding me and stuff like. Actually, prior to the guy that I just had in Ked, if you look at that one, another guy hit me up. He wanted some advice about his relationship, and I gave him advice. It was about that she has 2 kids, he has 1 kid, but she doesn't allow him to discipline her kids. I gave him advice on it. That would be a more deeper question. So
you told the man to leave the girl who he was with for 4 to 5 months because he couldn't discipline the kids. He's 24. She has a learning disability. That was the worst advice of all time. Why did he... Yo, man, it's so bad.
So, bro, everything is a relationship. Like, y'all niggas got some weird mind where y'all, like... Yeah, it's just weird, bro.
So do you mind if I... So I'm not trying to give advice or anything like that. What I would like to say, though, is...
Go ahead, sure.
This has kind of been a large problem in the Black community, especially inside of like the red pill spaces, is that there are a lot of coaches that all come from the same knowledge base, the Byrons, the Saint and the Sinners, the Donovan Sharps, all that have had failed relationships, all that prove that they don't know how to function in successful, healthy relationships, but they're out preaching to the masses and giving faulty information. It is
okay. So then you gotta, real quick, time out, real quick, Craig.
Go ahead.
Real quick, gotta cut you off.
Go ahead.
You have to explain. You're saying that people are giving faulty relationship advice. Here's the that's the question that should be asked. What faulty relationship advice have me or any of those people ever gave?
Oh, hell no. He didn't just ask that question. What?
But you just said that I gave you the hypothetical about the girl having the miscarriage and guy saying he doesn't know how to communicate.
I never answered that though, but go ahead. Sure.
That's the problem. You never answered it. You just gave this very vague general, because I know you like to talk in general.
I didn't even give.
Oh!
Man's getting cooked.
Guy saying he doesn't know how to communicate.
I never answered that though, but go ahead. Sure.
That's the problem. You never answered it. You just gave this very vague general, because I know you like to talk in general.
I didn't even give general. I just actually gave an anecdotal experience that I just had with another caller, 25 minutes ago.
Okay.
That was a deep-rooted conversation, right? But if you want me to, the thing is, Craig, I don't have to prove anything to you, right? So this is not this is not an episode, this is debate night, but it's looking like you guys are looking to critique, but looking.
Survey said.
All right, so you have nothing to instantly show that you are qualified to be giving advice and charging people for these consultations. Of course, every caller came and pulled his card. Oh, I don't have to prove anything to you. So why are you talking to these niggas then?
Nigga, please.
Shout out to Monica Rambeau with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Monica Rambeau says this nigga is delusional. To be honest, watching this red pill weirdos get their comeuppance has been hilarious and satisfying past several months. Shout out to you.
I'm getting rich.
Shit, wrong one. That's absolute fact. Shout out to Monica. W's in the chat for Monica.
For some type of proof. No one has to prove anything to you. Either you pick up the message that I'm putting down, and if you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't rock with it, right? So I'll actually go ahead and answer your question.
Before you answer it, can I just say this? In a debate, I'm supposed to pose something to you. My question I was posing to you is your qualifications.
Yeah, you're fine. I was speaking about
in the presidential debate when they pose a question of qualifications to the other candidate. What do they have to do? I don't got to prove anything to you. It's like, no, it don't work that way. This is a debate, isn't it? This is in front of all your fan base, and you're trying to solicit folks to buy more courses, is it not? So what are we doing out here? Shout out to Drama Therapy with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Drama Therapy says, this is Craig. Thanks for calling these idiots out. Shout out to Craig. So Drama Therapy, that's Craig's channel. Shout out to Drama Therapy. I'm going to go check out that channel following this performance. W's in the chat for Craig.
The other dude.
Okay,
yeah. Because I was talking, I said you people. I wasn't speaking specifically about you. But yeah, so your question was, okay, someone's in a relationship and they marriage and they're having communication problems. What advice would you give?
Sure.
Got it. So one, you have to ask questions. Well, what are you having problems communicating about? Like, where's the problem? Is it with your...
We're having communication issues. What are you having problems communicating about? The problem is the communication itself. Hey, yo, man.
You're coming to her and she doesn't understand you, or she's coming to you and you don't understand her. Something must be going wrong if you can't really communicate, meaning that someone's not understanding someone. I would ask that. So what's the actual problem that you're having issues with communication? You wouldn't, is this question about your relationship? So, because I could ask you a question about it. Like, is this about yours or no?
It's not about mine, but if you have questions about mine, I would answer them.
No, because, I'm trying to give advice to what you're saying, but.
It's very suspicious that he always tries to inquire on other folks' relationships as if they're on the platform leading men in relationship talking spaces the same way he is. Their relationship status, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to the conversation the way yours is. You're just trying to basically poke and pick at folks to try to make them feel a certain way, which he tries to do, but it just fails all the time.
What I'm pointing out is that with that question, I need to then ask a question to extract more information to then give sound advice.
So what would your next question be? So I'll give you
I'll just give you the next question. So they asked a question and said, hey, I'm having communication problems with my wife. That's what you stated. I would say, okay, well, in what areas are you having problems communicating? Like what subjects? Is it where she can't understand you, you can't understand her? Explain more to me. Meaning that I want him or her to get to the root of the problem. Then let's say if he comes back and, the parts of where we're having communications problem is that when I tell her something, she really doesn't want to follow my lead. I'll be like, okay, so she's having a problem with following your lead, meaning that you're trying to give direction, but she ain't really willing to listen. And let's say if he says yes to that. The advice that I would give is that, there's a reason why she's...
Now, the man called in and told you that his woman has expressive aphasia, a medical condition that she was diagnosed with. I'm feeling it. I don't know if she was clinically diagnosed with this, but I would assume if he brought that up that she was clinically diagnosed with this. You told him to leave her. It's the same type of situation. He was having communication issues. She was not listening to his demands to try to be a disciplinarian in the family, in the household. So it's the same type of situation.
He's not following your lead. You've been married with her. The next question I would ask, did she ever follow your lead before and listen to you? And most of the time is yeah, when I coach these guys. They're like, yeah, she used to listen to me. She used to follow my lead. I'm sorry, go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, so if I could pause it right there,
go ahead.
That kind of proves my point is like you're answering things with generalized talking points about following leads.
No.
Like
it's no. That wasn't stop it. You moved the goalpost onto what you misinterpret what I said.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is hypothetically speaking, right? Yeah. I just gave you asked the question, I posed an answer to the question, and then we're just insinuating a whole bunch of stuff of what it could be, right? I'm telling you is that if you say that you have a problem in your relationship, I would say, okay, I would try to peel the layer back to see where the root of the problem, where it's coming from. Is it coming from your end or is it coming from your girl's end, right? So with that scenario about the woman doesn't really want to follow the man's lead, the point is saying, we got to figure out, is it her, meaning she's unruly, or is it you're a poor leader? Right? So we got to figure out the root of it. So that's where these probing questions, that's where these questions come from, so you can actually answer someone and give sound advice. You can't just give general advice. When people call in and hit me up, I get many coaching calls a day. When people call in and hit me up, because I got Facebook with almost 1 million followers. But anyways, when people hit me up and ask for coaching, I don't give general advice. No, on a podcast, I'm speaking in generalities. Coaching, you speak directly, specifically.
Now, this is absolute horseshit, because whenever he has women on his show, just like Fresh and Fit, they try to say they're speaking in generalities, but when they speak to that woman's specific life and her specific situation, they use the same generalities to come to conclusions upon said woman. So it makes no damn sense. They're just full of shit.
Anecdotally to their situation. You don't give no general advice.
So you said your first line of questioning will be somewhere around whose spot is she not on your page? Where's the communication?
The point is, you have to ask questions. Yes.
Okay. So
to get to the root of it. Yep.
So part of the problem is I understand you are speaking in generalities, and you're on a podcast. Completely understand.
Yeah.
The difference is that people that actually know what they're doing, just by me saying what I said, know how to investigate. They know how to ask a person, oh, well, you just had a miscarriage. Are you going through some type of depression from having it? Did you feel like he was there for you when you had it? Do you feel like he was happy? You start going into the deeper psychology questions.
What you talking about, bro? We were talking about communication issues.
You don't believe that
this man is lost. He just said, what are you talking about? We're talking about communication issues. What will factor into said communication issues, genius? He thinks it's just attitude based. Oh, they just don't want to follow my lead as this manosphere red pill dude. It's like, my nigga, what type of idiocy are you cloaked in? This just doesn't make any type of sense, man.
Has anything to do with communication? You start going into the deeper psychology questions.
What you talking about, bro? We were talking about communication issues.
You don't believe that has anything to do with communication? That breaks down communication. If she is withdrawn...
No, I was speaking specifically to communication. When you posed your question, got it. But what you're doing here is this. You wasn't maybe you missed the point of what
Ah, shit. Okay, so I had a caller in the back. Maybe I should have addressed you. I didn't want to slow down the flow of the show. I'm going to take callers following this call. I'm probably going to have to do a part 2 because this show is extending a little longer than I thought it would be. So we're going to have to do a part 2, but I'm going to react to the end of this. We can take callers, and then we'll react to the other caller that cooked them, but that's a very lengthy conversation, so we'll probably have to do a part 2 to that.
What I was doing. You asked the question firstly. You said that, hey, they're having communication issues. They this and this and this and the third. I think you said a miscarriage or something in there. I think you did say that. I took what you said and I said I only refer back to the point of communication. I didn't include in this hypothetical, in this scenario, I didn't include any miscarriage or anything in there that they were having in a relationship.
And that's why you got exposed, and that's why Craig just exposed you. He put it up on here in 4K. You didn't factor in these things. You were asked a specific question. You were given variables. This wasn't general. It wasn't just general, okay, people are having communication issues, go. It was, these are said variables. This is what's going on in this relationship. They're having communication issues. And you didn't factor in any of those things, but people are supposed to take your lead and pay you money to get finessed?
Again!
I said, let's just say that what you said, they're just having communication issues, right? So stick there. That's what I was speaking about. If we want to include in a miscarriage and stuff like that, that's a little bit different.
That's a factor, sir. That is a factor that you cannot ignore. And if the fact that you just ignored it and think, oh, I'm just going to stick to the communication issues, that's why you're like tunnel vision and you have blind spots in your conclusion in trying to fix this issue. It makes no sense.
Then, yeah, you're dealing with a woman and she's at a vulnerable time. You know, of course, it's going to be more variables in it, of course, if we include the miscarriage into the situation. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that answer alone kind of proves that, and I don't want to be harsh, that you don't know what you're doing, because the key piece of information that I gave in that scenario.
No, you're still not paying attention, Craig. Craig, you're still not. Yeah, Craig, you're still not paying attention. You don't active listen. So you pose the question.
Now the insults come. Now you're getting cooked, and now he doesn't active listen while you were displaying a lack of active listening. This is pathetic, man.
Active listen to you. No, that's not an insult. You didn't active listen. Okay. You posed a scenario. From your scenario, we had moved on, and then I went back to it. I said, well, actually, remember, I moved on from your scenario, and then I stated that, well, I just coached someone about 25 minutes ago, and he was talking about X, Y, Z, and here's how I explained it to him. Then we went back on your point. I said, hey, let's just go to your question, the one that you asked, but let's just talk about let's talk about the communication part. I didn't even speak about the whole miscarriage part because I said that I'm only speaking about the communication. I said only. Then you go ahead and just now you said, well, if we add on the miscarriage, it will be totally different. I said, for sure, if we add on a miscarriage, it'll be an entirely different piece of information and advice that I would give.
Well, why did you subtract
I was speaking
it to begin with?
Because I didn't subtract it. I said, I'm only going to speak about the scenario because it's quicker to give what we're speaking about, to give, some general information. Let's just go to the communication part. They're having bad communication. This is the only thing that they're having wrong in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? That's what I stated. I didn't state anything about anything else. You're just adding that now to make it seem like you're proving a point, but you're not proving a point. You're only proving that you wasn't active listening to what the position that I was coming from.
Stop the cap. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
You had your position, but you didn't active listen to the position where I came from. Now for your full position,
Do you see the problem, Foolie? If you were actively listening, you would have factored that in because you would have remembered and heard that would have been a factor in the scenario, but you weren't active listening. You just wanted to, for some reason, isolate the situation where you didn't, like, just
told you. Well, yeah, that would be different. If the woman has a miscarriage, obviously there's poor communication because she's at a vulnerable time. So there's more variables that comes in.
Obviously, If it was so obvious, why didn't you articulate that in the first place instead of separating that matter and acting like it wasn't a part of it? This nigga's just so full of shit. It's just, you got to keep track of lies 24/7 when you listen to this nigga.
Into it when you're giving advice to someone that's a woman just went through something that's very traumatic, of course. Do you understand that now, Craig? So the point that you were just trying to make was, oh, well, this is why I think that you can give sound advice and what's it? No, Craig, let me ask you a question. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Was this chick your best option?
What are we doing here? Filthy work. He tried it again. He's trying to turn the table on him. Now he's investigating Craig.
You got the chick that you want?
Yes, I got the one that I want.
You got the one that you wanted. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Do you give advice?
No.
So what do you do on your YouTube channel?
I talk about personality disorders, so I do a lot of research on red pill communities and the leaders of the red pill that
I figured that.
Display narcissistic qualities. And so
Got you.
Having this red pill community. No.
So what do you do on your YouTube channel?
I talk about personality disorders, so I do a lot of research on red pill communities and the leaders of the red pill that
I figured that.
That display narcissistic qualities. And so
Got you.
Having this conversation with you is really great because it proves the overall point that you guys don't operate from any kind of a foundation or a knowledge base.
No. It doesn't prove that.
Things.
No one's
facts.
saying
It
all
did.
the same thing. What it proved here was that you don't active listen. So I'll prove something to you with people that don't have high IQ. Low IQ is this. I'll explain it to you because this what
You've demonstrated it for the past 2 hours, sir. You don't need to explain it.
I've seen him do it. And Ted did to all of these blue pill or women pandering type of guys like you, Craig. This is what you do. You have low aperture. You actually could have high IQ, but your aperture is trash.
Aperture? All right, folks, this is what we got. We have a Canon DSLR camera. What he is describing, he's talking about aperture. He's talking about the lens.
Right now,
My bad. This is embarrassing. This is literally embarrassing. He's talking about the amount of space that the light comes through on and the focus on a camera. Aperture, we're using camera terms. Aperture, sir? We're talking about intelligence and you go to aperture?
Women pandering type of guys like you, Craig. This is what you do.
Now, let me tell y'all right now, I kind of butchered that definition of aperture. And y'all all see me do it.
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
So let me stop acting like I'm the arbiter of truth and let's get a dictionary definition. He says, in optics, the aperture is an optical system. It is a hole or an opening that primarily limits light propagated through the system. So it's a limiter of light. So yeah, that's why you're able to focus. Your aperture, when you adjust your aperture, you're able to blur the background. And you're able to focus on a specific object when you take your goddamn Canon DSLR and you turn that bitch and you start hitting that focus. What the fuck does that have to do with this intelligence in this conversation? We'll see.
You have low aperture. You actually could have high IQ, but your aperture is trash. So that means that high IQ means that you can focus. I'll explain it to you. High IQ is when you can focus in on a topic, but you could fully focus in on. But then with aperture as well, meaning that you can broaden that range, meaning that you can focus in on a topic or on a subject or a situation and give 100% to it, right? So you're using all of your energy on this. But aperture is to broaden it too. So you got to do both. You have to broaden the spectrum, meaning that when we're moving topics, when we're speaking about one thing, you made up a hypothetical. I said, okay, cool. I moved off of your hypothetical and I spoke about a anecdotal experience that I just had with another caller. I moved back to a portion of your hypothetical, which was communication. You didn't get that. You couldn't focus in. You had bad aperture. You couldn't widen your view out, your brain to then focus in on the communication. I said only communication. Then you go on to speak and say, well, you're a bad coach because you forgot.
Now, aperture can add dimension to your photos by controlling depth of field. At one extreme, aperture gives you a blurred background with a beautiful shallow focus effect. What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Forgot about the whole miscarriage part. No, you weren't active listening because you have low IQ. I said I was only speaking about one part when it came to communication. Do you get what I'm saying? So you just proved yourself here that you have low IQ, and all the critique that you're doing on the red pill community and other creators like myself, you're false, you're wrong, and that's why your YouTube channel sucks and it probably hasn't grown. Peace. Let's get some more good debaters in here.
Emotional damage.
All right, chat, we do it live. This guy came in here to critique but wasn't even active listening. Dork. And the crazy thing is, public service announcement, exactly how I speak to these dudes on camera.
Boy. We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Now he's gonna do this fake flexing tough guy shit. Oh, the way I speak to these dudes on camera. What way? Which way do you speak to dudes on camera? You cut them off, you mute them. You can't mute folks in real life. And what, you run away from them? You're just gonna run away from them in real life when they say something that you can't handle?
Manipulation.
I'm very confused, sir. What part of the game is this?
Is exactly how I'll speak to them in front of their face.
What do you mean? With
LGBTQ plus mean? Like, is it the premium version of gay?
Are you gonna speak to us with this premium zest that you do online? Like, I'm confused. What the fuck is going on, sir? What way?
If we was here doing a debate, same thing.
You ran twice.
I mean, if it's a formal debate, then of course, formal debate, you be professional, no ad hominem attacks and stuff like that. But this ain't formal, bro. It's entertainment. Like, most of it is entertainment. All right, we got let's get to the chats real quick. Chat's probably wilding.
Yeah, most of it is entertainment. That's why you can fake it. That's why you can get out here and just entertain. It's entertainment. You don't have to actually stand by anything. You don't have to embody the talking points that you expect folks to follow. Just entertainment.
Like Cooley, bro. You all right, let's see here. We got Cooley's hair hat Cooley's hair hat, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. You be sending them, but you got to send them more. Fearless Podcast.
This nigga just hit him with that famous Dr. Umar Johnson. Next time, do 20 when you got a $10 donation. Hey, yo, come on, man. This is filthy work.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You advise your daughter not marry but have kids. Let's see here.
These red pill guys are always crying about women leaving. Oh, the no fault divorce, these women leaving. Oh, it's incentive to leave. But y'all, you don't want marriage. You're not pushing towards marriage. You say that's a woman's ideology to think that the end goal in a relationship is marriage. How are y'all blaming women for breaking up these homes and these families when that's not your end goal at all? That's not a thing. It makes no sense.
Yeah, dumb questions. People that want to come on a podcast and join a stream, don't send in super chats. Just join. Join the show. Join the show.
All right, so we have a lot more. We actually have, 50 minutes of him avoiding questions and then trying to react to the footage alongside of Ked, where he gaslights him. We'll get to that in part 2. We're going to have to do a part 2 of this. This is too long of him just avoiding questions. We ain't going to be here all day. We got to land the plane at some point. Listen, y'all. Are you describing me? Because I need a water bottle badly. I'm parched. I'm at the end of this one. You know what? Let me get a second, man. Now, when these red pill idiots come crying on air about women's lack of, they talk about modernity. Oh, these women are finessed by today's social media and everything that's going on in modernity. It's like, you guys are always crying about the lack of traditional women. Women aren't traditional. Women aren't this. Women aren't that. But then the men that complain about it are the furthest thing from traditional and don't want to actually adopt any traditional standards of living. Meanwhile, constantly complaining about the women. It just makes no damn sense. It makes no sense. We're going to wrap this one up, chat. We have a lot more to speak on this matter, especially when it comes down to this conversation, this talk right here. Actually, a little burnt out, chat. We got to wrap this up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Did I miss this?
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Pharaoh with the 1 month membership. He said, wanted to be Kevin Samuels, ended up fresh. I ain't gonna lie, that's
American women out here winning.
Yo, trying to be Kevin Samuels and ending up being fresh. Yo.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Hey, yo. Great way to end the show, man. Shout out to you, Pharaoh, with the 1 month membership. Shout out to Drama Therapy. That was Craig, the caller that cooked him. Exposed his lack of logic and his inactive listening while calling everybody else out for their lack of... Man, Fugazee, man, it's just all Fugazee with this guy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We out. Yeah.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.